Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Tim. Welcome back to another episode of Boone County Beekeeper. Today is Sunday. It is the 9th day of October, and it's actually a week later than what I was hoping to get back in here. If you remember last time, we done this newspaper combine from Blondie to this hive that I brought up from the house. Now, last weekend the plan was to come up and take care of them, but as you probably saw in the news, old Ian, he decided to roll through town, and it hit right in here on Friday night. We had rain, man, all weekend long. It was pretty bad. My heart goes out to those people there in Florida. I've got a sister-in-law that lives down there, and I know that a lot of devastation down in that part of the country, and guys, you're in my thoughts and prayers, and I hope everything turns around for you. Now today it is absolutely, if I had a top 10 day, I would say today is that day. It's about it's about 1:30 in the day. It is about, I'm going to say 62 degrees. Absolutely beautiful. I'm looking here, not a cloud in the sky. It's a beautiful day. Now last night here at this yard we had our first frost, and man, it was a big one. So it's here, guys. That should have zapped everything else that was out there and available. You know, what little bit of stickweed, what little bit of goldenrod was still out there. Probably got zapped last night. So it's time, guys, it's time to get down to business here. So just a quick video today. All I really want to do is, I've got a lot to do, but I'm not going to film it all. We want to go ahead and jerk this shallow off here. I don't know if they made any comb or not. We'll see. Not really a good time of year to do it, but maybe we got a little bit of comb on there. We'll see. We'll get that shut down. Get it down into a deep and a medium. Same thing over here. I want to take this top box off where Blondie's crew was at. Shake them down, get them cleaned up, and we will get them down into a deep and a medium as well. Now, this one over here don't have to touch today. It's already in the configuration just going to go into winter with. Now, one thing I can say, all three colonies here, the Langstroths, should be in really good shape on winter feed. Now, each one has got a deep, a medium that is full, 10 frames of capped sugar syrup / honey, so they should be in great shape. They should. So also in the long hive over there, they're flying a little bit today as well. I'm gonna say 10 to 12 frames, deep frames over there of capped sugar syrup and honey. So looking real good. Next week will be the week, probably, or the week after. Within the next 2 weeks, our next video, we will go ahead and winterize these girls, get everything ready, because like I said, it's over. And I was looking at the long range forecast. When you get in after next weekend, we're going to be highs in the 50s and in the low 30s at night. So it's time to get going here. So we'll jump in here and get started real quick and see what we got. Been a pretty crazy weather-wise week. Let's see what we got. I don't see anything in that top box. The weather's been kind of weird. Been really wet. Been really cool. So I don't think we got anything in this box here. It's just a very few bees. So we'll get that off of there. We'll get these girls down and get them ready. And one other thing I'm going to do today, these cinder blocks right here, if you can see them, I'm going to chip the top part of them off and get them to where I can slide all three hives together here. But we'll get into that a little bit later. So I do see a few bees in here. We'll have to get them out here and shake them. Might be able to do this. Let's see. I'd say that pretty much done a pretty good job on it. Still see a few. We'll just set them up here right now, and we will pull these frames out we'll shake these bees down. Now, we've got a good healthy population for sure, and this has been a really good colony right here. Let me get my brush over here. It's been a really good colony. We'll see what happens with them. Let me get these out here. We'll get out here and shake these down. See what we can do. Nothing on that. We'll just set these frames out here on the ground. We'll be sure the queen ain't up in there, and I don't think that she would be. We'll make sure all these bees are brushed down here. We'll get everything ready. And next week, like I said, we'll get everything ready. It's gonna be a busy week, guys, for sure. Very, very, very busy week. Got to get these girls ready. They didn't really build a lot of comb, just maybe a little dab right there. That's okay. We got next year if the good Lord gives it to us. So we'll see what happens. We're going to be flying around here a little bit. They love that brush. I don't blame them. I wouldn't like to be rolled around either. But this has been a real good colony, real good queen. Probably, if I can get these girls through the winter, and I don't really see why we shouldn't. If we can get them through the winter, I would like to maybe requeen. I think that's going to be my plan going forward, is maybe try to requeen every other year. So I think that would be a good deal. All right, we about got these girls ready. But I tell you, I love this time of year. I do, but I sure don't like what follows it. I'm not much of a snowman, that's for sure. And that's about it, guys. So we'll go ahead, get these girls buttoned back up here. Look pretty good. They're in really good shape, I believe, for winter. So one thing I got to do this week, I got to build our shims. I like to put a shim right here, about a 2-inch shim, 2 to 3, and I like to go ahead and, just for insurance sake, I like to put the mountain camp method on top, bag of sugar. So I think we'll be fine. I don't foresee any problems with these girls here. Now, I'll set this over here for now. I'm gonna get the rest of them out here in a minute. So we'll see what happens. All right, so we got them girls squared away. They said there's a big frost here this morning. I don't know. We actually, at my house, we didn't have any frost. Real foggy, so we didn't get it. Now we'll see how these girls deal with the newspaper combined. Let's see. Better pull my jacket down the back here. That's a tender area right there. Okay. Guys, I'm telling you, right now's the time you need to make sure that you got everything ready for winter, because it's here. We're getting down, like I said, to the nitty gritty. All right, we got a few bees up top. Not too bad. Get these girls buttoned back up. I'm gonna take everything home that I can and freeze them. There's a medium full of honey. That brood, that's the one that had the brood in it. If you see there, it's already emerged, so we'll take that home, put it in the freezer. We'll see what happens here, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and pop this thing off. We'll get him set out here. Make sure that they have ate through that newspaper. I believe they have. Newspaper usually works pretty good. Yeah, they beat through. I'm gonna get over here. I'll get this camera real quick and I'll show you what it looks like. See right here, You can see where they've eaten through the newspaper. So everybody should be pretty much gelled with each other, and I think you can see me right there. I think everybody should be on the same page. That's good. So they've already purpleized that a little bit. But we'll put some more newspaper on there next week. Good Lord willing, give them a little sugar for the winter. But, you know, Blondie, she would have never made it. Never would have made it if we hadn't done what we did. She just, I don't think she was mated very well. Something crazy going on with her. She wasn't doing her thing. So let's see what we got here, guys. Looks like a little bit of honey. All the brood has emerged. All the brood has emerged. So we'll get all these shook down. Another thing I want to do today, where they had that frost last night, I do want to definitely put our mouse guards on here. I usually buy them, but I just made my own this year out of I think it's 1/2 inch hardware cloth. We'll go ahead and get them with that frost. It's time for them mice to start looking for a place. And another thing, yeah, see, everything has emerged, so this is good. We'll freeze all this comb. This will be good. We can definitely use this for next year. Let's see what we got here. Yep, not really nothing on that. A few hive beetles. That colony there, I guess where they were smaller, I had a few beetles in that one. And I don't have my peppermint with me. That's okay. So we should go into next year. I'm telling you, excited about next year. If we can get these girls through the winter, we get them through the winter, I think we're going to be set up very well for honey production next year. That's a good thing. So here's this one. I heard a tree or something fall over there. Maybe my dad. He's over in there. So yeah, I think we're going to be set up really well for honey production. And the main thing for me, and I struggle with it, I don't care to tell you, swarm prevention. I'll be honest, I didn't do very well this year. This colony right here, oh, it swarmed like crazy on me, and I didn't get to do very well with it. Now, that's it. So we got them all shook down. Man, we got a good full box of bees. I'm not going to break these two apart. We got a good full box of bees. Let me show you what we look like down in there one more time, and I'll keep moving that camera. But as you can see, good full box of bees. I don't see any reason why these girls shouldn't be okay for the winter, all of them. I think we're pretty good shape, I really do. So what I'm going to do now is I'll show you my mouse guards I made, and I'm going to probably shut the camera off. I get everything done, I'll come back on and we'll show you what we got. We'll show you where we're at, and we'll talk a little bit here at the end about what to look forward to for next week. I said next week's going to be a very, very big week. So, very important week. So make sure they're in good shape. So now, let me show you what I did here with the, I hope these will work. We're going to find out. Come around here and I'll show you. Now one thing I'll do, I'll have to blow some leaves out here pretty soon. As you can see, this took 1/2 inch hardware cloth. I'm going to staple them on here. Get on in there, young ladies. Get on in there. So we'll see how this works. I think this will be fine. Put me a couple of staples right here. One. You know, that one there's a little bit big. So We'll have to fold that a little bit. No problem though. Right, there's that one. I don't want to put a whole lot of staples in. Maybe 3 across there. And I'll put a couple here. There's one. And they're coming out of there, so that's good. 2. One more right here. Alright, so you see right here. Let me get that camera and show you. You can see right here. You see they'll go right in. See there? But that'll keep a mouse out, so we're good. So that's all that I'm basically going to do. I'm going to go ahead and do the other colonies down here, and also the long hive. I'm going to go ahead and put them on. So I'm going to go ahead and shut the camera off, and we'll come back on here a little bit at the end, and we'll talk. All right, guys, we're back. Now, as you can see, we've got them all down to a deep and a medium, and that's the way that all 3 of them will go into the winter. Now, I went ahead, since we had the frost, put my mouse guards on. I did bring a hammer. The cinder block that was in the center, I went ahead and I busted out the top and the sides of that, left the bottom flat. What that allowed me to do is slide these hives a little closer together, and as you probably can tell, that's what I've done. I went ahead and I scooted everything that way. So that's the thing that I will say. You don't want to go too much. They tend to get just a little bit freaked out if you go too far. I like to go about a foot at a time. So I got them close enough now. I believe next week when I come up, I can go ahead and slide them together. I like for all 3 of them to be together. That'll help with the cold wind that blows, and they'll share a little heat from one another. But basically, that's about all we're going to do here today. Now, I also choked the entrance down a little bit on the long hive, and I did go ahead and put a mouse guard on there as well. So that's it, guys. I hate it, but it's our season has really come to an end almost. Next week will be a big weekend. Got a lot to do. Now I did, once I slid those together, I tested the weights of the, man, let me tell you, there's some 3 heavy hives right there. So that's good, that's what you want. So let's think about what we've done. We followed this hive here from the time we caught a swarm all the way up to now. With the flow, we should have got some basswood, but if you remember, the flow just didn't happen. The weather was terrible. It's been a crazy year, and it really didn't do very good. So I believe if we'd had a good flow, we would have definitely got some honey. But we did get some fall honey, and I learned some lessons on that as well. I know now next year, about mid-August, to be sure to have me some supers on there ready to go, because that knotweed, it hits just about like clockwork every year. So and you know, I've given a few bottles of that away, and either people's being very nice, or they're just lying to me, or they're telling the truth. They say that they really like it. It is a good honey. It's just a little stronger honey than what I'm used to, but it's got a good flavor. Really does. So 27 pound off these girls. Got a couple frames out of this other one over here, but not too bad. So hopefully next year we're going to be set up. You know, I got all this poplar timber in here. If we get a good flow and I can keep these girls in the box and keep them from swarming, I think we'll be just fine. Plans, I do want to go right over here next to me, and this winter I want to come up and I want to put me, maybe, I was watching, I think it's Gus Mitchell, he done his in a V. I made me a little V shape here and have maybe a few more colonies on one side and nukes on the other. We gotta have those utility nukes. We'll be doing a lot of splitting this spring for sure, and definitely want to requeen this one, and then I want to requeen the one furthest down as well. This one here has a this year's queen, a 22 queen. The long hive has a 22 queen in it as well. So really, that's about all that I was going to do today. Just wanted to get ready in preparation for next week. My dad was a little concerned with me putting that hardware cloth on there, but it's not affected them whatsoever. They're buzzing in and out there like crazy, but there's no mouse going to get in that, so that's good. So with that frost, I want to be sure and go ahead and do that. Now, that's about it for this week, guys, and I know nothing exciting, but just wanted to jump on here and show you what was going to do. And only other thing I'm going to do, I've got some I usually, when I extract that honey, I usually go ahead and I drop it in a box and I put it back on the hive, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to drop it back in the box, and I'm going to set them out front here and let them rob. So there's not a lot in it, but they'll clean it up a little bit, and then we'll work on it next spring. So guys, that's about it. So as I said, thank you for stopping by. This is Tim. You know, I hope that you have a good week. I hope you are well, and I hope your family's well. I hope you have a wonderful week, a healthy week. You know, this COVID seems to be on the rise up again a little bit. Several at my work has got it. So just take care of yourself, guys. I mean, I know a lot of people has a lot of different feelings on it, and I know I had some different feelings on it until I got it real bad the first time, and it's not pleasant. So just take care of yourself, take care of your family, guys. That's what matters. I will say this: I just got back from Amish country yesterday. Me and my dad went again, and I got a load of lumber. So I'm in pretty good shape for building some nukes and building some more boxes and equipment for next year. So, well, I'm going to get out of here. So guys, again, God bless you. For all the ones that have liked and those that have subscribed to the channel, thank you. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Really, it means a lot, guys. You know, I never dreamed I'd even get 100. I think I'm up to 245, I think is what I was there this morning. So it just blows me away. Get all these wonderful comments, and I appreciate it, guys. I do. So it's about done. We're about down to the end. Next week will be a big video. I need to get in the long hive next week and get it ready for winter. And I'm going to do a little measuring before I leave here today. I think I have an idea of how to get some sugar on top of those frames. We'll see. We'll try it. So guys, until next week or week after, depending on the weather, God bless you. God bless your family. Thank you so much for being here. This is Tim, the Boone County Beekeeper. Thanks for stopping by.